Hi guys, it's Senay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review, demo, first impression kind of video on the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. This is the very first palette that I've ever purchased from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I didn't even buy any of the other palettes. I don't own any of the glow kits. Not sure why I went out of my way to buy this one. I think it was because the colors really did call out to me and it was something different. So I'm sure you guys have seen this all over the internet and probably are sick of looking at this palette, but this is what it looks like on the inside. So you can see there's some really beautiful greens, yellows, kind of really earthy tones in this palette. So we all know there's like 100 videos on this palette. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it. The reviews are really mixed. From what I've been told, it's not a beginner-friendly palette. The shadows are really soft and powdery and pigmented, so you need to be quite gentle when you're using this palette. I'm actually quite heavy-handed when I do my makeup, in terms of I'm really used to just like going straight into the pan. I'll go in a good few times as well, but I've been told by my friend Tanya to be very gentle, just kind of like dip in once and then just go to town with the color. So I personally think I've been doing makeup long enough to, I don't know, maybe try and make this palette work. My hopes are high. I think I can make the palette work and I think I might like it, but of course I need to try it out. I just don't want other people's reviews to affect my review. I really want the palette to work, so I don't know. I just don't want their negative reviews to make me think, oh god, this palette's gonna be so shit. So I'm going to keep a clear mind and just, you know, complete first impressions. I have not swatched any of the shadows yet. Personally, for me, I don't see a point in doing finger swatches on the arms, just because I want to know how these shadows are going to look like on my eyelid, not my arm. So if you guys do want to see that, I would recommend going to watch Nakia Joy's video on this palette. I'm going to link hers down below so you can see finger and brush swatches. For me, I don't know, every time I swatch something on my arm and then I put it on the lid, it looks completely different. So in my opinion, I find it really pointless. That's just me. I'm going to stop talking now and get straight into this. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell notification symbol if you want to be notified. I feel like I mumbled really bad just then, but I have already primed my eyes. I've used my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This one is in the color Light Sand, and then I set it down with my Maybelline Matte Makeup Powder. This one is in the color 30 Natural Beige. I do this every time I do eyeshadow. My steps never change. I just like to give my eyelid coverage, and then I like to set it down so it doesn't crease and is nice and smooth for eyeshadow. I might try out the brush that it has come with as well. So it's got a fluffy end and just like a packing end. The first shade I think I'm going to dip into is the color Dawn. Okay, I've dipped in once and you can see the brush is quite coated. There is a lot of kick up with the product, so yeah, be careful with this. I've just dipped in a second time. I'm being really gentle. I just don't want to stuff this up. I really want to try and make this work. Okay, so I've got Dawn in the crease as my transition color. It actually blended out beautifully. I didn't find any issues applying it to the eyelid. It is super messy in the pan. It kicks up quite a lot and you do damage to the colors really quick. Not sure if you guys can see the indentation on Dawn just after putting that through my crease. But besides it being quite messy and powdery in the pan, it did go on the eye really nicely. It went on super smooth and buttery, which I'm really happy about. But we're going to try out the other colors now, see if they blend together well. I think next I'm going to go in with the color Edge. I might use a little bit of New Wave as well. I want to bring kind of like that orangey yellow into the crease and maybe like greens on the lid. I'm just using the same brush. That is one dip into the pan. I just noticed I accidentally dipped my brush into Rowdy and it's like the darkest color in the palette. Can you see like how dark it is in here? Please just ignore that. I'll try and fix it. I'm just going to put a bit more edge to kind of get rid of that darkness. But it should be fine because I'm probably going to put dark colors on the lid. I'm also going to mix New Wave on that crease area as well. I just really want to build up that intensity. Just going to use a Tarte Jade packing brush. I'm trying to think what colour I want to put on the lid. I think I'm going to use the colour Untamed on the lid, and I might go back in with Edge for the inner corner of the eye. So this is the colour Untamed. I'm going to use these two shades just kind of like in the crease area, just so that green really can meet those warmer tones. I'm just going to start on the outer corner where I want the most pigment. So I feel like I am having a little issue with blending fudge. I feel like it's kind of just sticking where I place it, and then I can't really like blend that out. It's not blending very well with Untamed. Yeah, I'm not really sure on the colour fudge. So far, this one, not a fan of. I feel like you really have to finesse fudge, like to get it to look nice. Like, I think I've got it looking good now, but it was a little bit difficult to blend. Okay, so this is what we've got going so far, and I can understand some people's concern when it comes to blending certain colours together. So that fudge colour, I just honestly, like, it's a beautiful colour, but it was so hard to work with. When I put it on top of the green, it just kind of like made it really patchy and wouldn't blend, and then it got really dark. Like, I don't know, it was really strange. It did take quite a long time for me to like blend it all together. Just mainly this eye, I can't really fix this outer corner. It's just kind of like stuck there. But besides that, I think all the other colors were okay. It was just fudge that's kind of a little bit difficult to work with. For my brow bone, I think I'm just going to use the color Cube, which is a really nice shimmery color. I wish the camera would focus on the palette and not my face. Okay, so I thought Cube would have been straight up white, but when I put my finger in it, it's kind of got like a pink like reflect to it. So it seems like the shimmers are not as powdery as the matte shades. I did expect that one to be a little bit more pigmented. It looks nice. I just thought it was going to be a little bit more like in your face. So I'm going to take the color Edge for my inner corner, and then I think I might layer it with the color Electric. So now I'm going to take the color Electric, and I'm just going to put this on the inner corner just to bring some light to the eye. So again, the formula isn't really powdery with this kind of shimmery one. It almost feels like a gel or maybe like a cream. So that colour isn't too bad. I feel like you actually really need to rub your brush into this one just because it feels like more creamy. So once you really get the product on the brush and then really like push it on, it does go on pretty well. Okay, so we're going to leave the eyeshadow for now, and I'm going to finish it off after I do my face makeup. If you guys are not interested in watching me do my foundation and everything, I'm going to leave a timestamp right here to where you can skip to watch me finishing off doing my eye makeup, and then I'll give you like all my thoughts and opinions on the eyeshadow palette. So here is the time. And if you're still here, thank you so much. We're going to move on to foundation. I think I might use my Steeler one, but at the moment I'm kind of like mid fake tan, like I'm fake tan but I'm not. I might mix in my Australis Matchmaker shade adjusting drops just to lighten it, because I have a feeling this will be way too dark for me. And I'm also going to try this out today. It's like one of those silicone sponges, but I bought this off eBay for $1. I thought I'd give it a go. I don't think I'm going to like it, but I'm going to try it out. I just realized I haven't primed my face. I'm going to use my Sports Girl Selfie Ready Blur Stick Primer. I'm just going to put that over like my pores. I'm just going to put some of the Steeler foundation straight on my face. And I've got a little bit of the whitening drops. I'm just going to mix that straight on to my face. think I might have put too much on. I'm already not sure on the texture of this thing. I have been contacted by so many companies to do a review on these like sponges, and I just can't bring myself to like agree, because to be honest, I think they're pretty dumb. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I like it when I feel like I'm not going to like it, because I've already got negative thoughts about it, just because this already feels so gross. And one half of my face is lighter and the other half is darker. I think honestly, this just has to stop here. I know like you're meant to like probably tap it, but I just feel like a foundation face right now. Ugh, this has made my face so textured. I've actually got a sponge now, and hopefully I can still blend this out. I'm going to try out a little bit of Benefit's Airbrush Concealer today under my eyes. I've never used it under my eyes, so I want to see how it goes. This one is in the colour number 1. I have used the Industrial Strength Concealer under my eyes, but not this one. I'm going to put some on my chin as well, and just down the nose, a little bit on the forehead. So I think I want to kind of go for a really highlighted look today. So I'm going to use a Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand. I do have Light Neutral as well, but it definitely is darker. But I think I want to go like really like highlighted today. I'm also going to do a little bit of cream contouring with my Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. I just like doing this to bring a little bit of shape back to the face. I'm just going to use my usual Australis Banana Powder to set underneath my eyes. I'm just going to do a little bit of baking with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. By the way, I'm sorry I'm not talking much during this bit. I just want the video to be focused around the eyeshadow palette, so that's why I'm just kind of skipping through this bit. I'm only going to use a tiny bit of my Savvy pressed powder just because it is a little bit dark of a powder. This one is in the colour Sand Beige. I just don't want to make like my face too dark just because I'm a little bit mid-tan, as I said before. For bronzer, I'm actually going to take my Sports Girl The Weekend Edit palette. I'm going to use that colour there just to bronze up my face. I'm going to use my Anastasia contour kit today. Thought it was appropriate since I'm using their eyeshadow palette. This contour kit and the cream contour kit are the only other Anastasia things I own. Other than that, I haven't tried anything else. I'm going to use the colour Fawn. I'm using my Sigma F05 small contour brush. I'm going to hop back into that Sports Girl palette again, and I'm just going to use a blush in this palette. To highlight, I'm going to use my Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Crystal Ball. Okay, so going back to the eyes, I'm going to jump in with Edge and New Wave, and then I'm just going to deepen it up probably with Untamed. And now I'm going in with Untamed just to deepen everything up. I'm just going to try and do some eyeliner now. I've got my Models Prefer Samantha Jade liquid liner. Okay, so I tried to do my eyeliner on camera and then it just started getting horribly messed up and it just kept getting thicker and thicker, and then like I almost cried about it and I had to calm myself down because I wanted to finish this video. So I did put mascara on, which is my Benefit Roller Lash, and I used my Adriana Manicare lashes. So this is what I've got going so far. I don't know how I feel about it. I really wanted to go for a subtle wing and yeah, that happened. I have no idea if it's actually even or not, just because, you know, the lashes kind of cover it up. But anyway, moving past my eyeliner situation, I'm going to put a lip color on and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on what I think about the eyeshadow palette. So my lip color of choice is Jeffree Star Family Jewels. I'm not sure if this is going to go with it. It's probably going to look really dark on me. Okay, so my makeup is all done. I feel so vampy right now with this dark lip, and my hair is a little bit darker as well. Okay, so what I think about this palette that is already dirty because it's felt. Honestly, I didn't hate this palette at all. I actually really enjoyed it, but then again, I didn't use all the colors. So I think this weekend I'm going to film a second impressions video, trying it out, just so I can try the colors I didn't use today. Apparently, a lot of people had a problem with the color Roxy, which is this one here, and I didn't use that today, so I'm going to film another video with this. Other than that, I actually really enjoyed with how my makeup came out. Fudge, like I said before, was a bit difficult to blend. I felt like it was a little bit patchy on this eye and still is, but that's the only problem I kind of came across, and of course it being very powdery, kicking up a lot, which apparently everyone knows about now. So if I bought this palette and wasn't told that it was powdery or kicked up a lot, I probably would have ruined the palette. So that's the only thing. For the normal person who bought this and had no idea what it was going to be like and just went in, it would have been a really big shock, because he would have been like, oh shit, why is this happening to the palette? So I can understand why people hate it or like it, I guess. You shouldn't need a manual to use makeup. That's how I feel anyway. As long as everyone is aware that this palette is super powdery and soft, then it should be fine. But I don't think this is beginner friendly. Like a lot of people are saying, it's probably better for someone who's been doing makeup for quite a while. So yeah, anyway, that's what I think about the eyeshadow palette. I've got nothing more to say. Let me know down below what kind of like a makeup look I should do for the second look. So I haven't used Roxy, I haven't used All Star, which is the maroon. I might try to do like more of a maroony kind of look. So All Star, Rowdy, Roxy, and maybe like a gold lid. I think I'm going to leave this video with a question of the day like I did last time. You guys seem to really enjoy that, and I enjoyed reading your answers. What's a makeup product you could not live without? I think mine is brows or like mascara. I think I'd have to go for mascara just because it does open up my eyes. I feel like my eyes are quite small, but I'd like to know what's a product you couldn't live without. Is it lipstick? Is it foundation? Concealer? Let me know down below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. All my social networks are down below in the description. So Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, not that I really use that anymore, but you can go check it out if you want. And I'll see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye.